Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LocksOTD podcast. This is episode number 3. I'm back once again with Zach and Andrew, and today we're going to talk about last week's recap. We're going to mention last week's NFL picks from the podcast and let you know how well they did, and then also talk about our week as a whole and let you know if we were up or down units. We'll also be mentioning the MLB and tennis premium picks for you guys for free only on this podcast. And then, of course, we'll be talking about tonight's game, the Bills and Dolphins, and give out our favorite picks of the game and what we each like and explain it to you guys. And then, of course, get into Sunday's games and mention a little bit what we like there and why as well. So we'll get into the recap, boys, and
Yes, sir.
hit it.
Yep. So the recap of last week, 9-5 to 9-10. That's only 6 days, but we're waiting for tonight's game to finish up. They're late. Um, we are down, if you straight bet everything, we were down 5.8 units. But if you use our star rating, you have our premium picks, you're up over 9 units, 9.3, which is pretty good. And our NFL is what really did it for us too. We were up over 13.95 units there, which is huge with our premium picks. Had a nice little sweep, little 3 for 3 with a push. So get that out of here. Kills the odds if you sprinkle the parlay, but that's totally fine. Um,
Still cash.
yeah, exactly. Still cash big time. We love that. Where are these picks? Yeah, so the pick that push was the Dolphins -3. We took a little point there, a little half a point push. That was a -130. Then our other three-star was Steelers and Falcons under 43.5. That was a -140. That cash with ease. I mean,
Yeah.
how bad was that game, boys?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean that was probably my favorite pick of the day.
dude, that game was so bad.
Like,
The Steelers were just kicking field goals left and right. It was
yeah.
crazy.
Under in
Abs-
that game was mortal. That was a mortal
Yeah,
lock.
it was wild. Then our moving on to our two stars, we had the Bucks -3. I mean, Baker Mayfield, my Lord, is that the best QB in the league right
Lighting it
now?
up.
Is that the
Lighting
best
it up.
QB in the league right now, or what? Like,
I'll tell you what, he's getting picked up in fantasy on
yeah,
waivers right now.
exactly.
People
Like
scooping him up.
ASAP. I mean, he can throw the ball. He makes smart decisions. He runs it too, and he runs it very well. He's not the quickest guy, but I mean, he's also he is kind of quick. Like he is pretty quick.
He's not
But
bad. I've always been I wouldn't say a big Baker hater, just a doubter. Whenever
mm,
he's with the Browns, whatever, I always doubted him. Browns aren't going to be good. Everyone says, "Oh, Browns are going to be great." No, they're not. It's the Browns. But then he's on the Bucks, and all of a sudden he's doing like the best I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like in
yeah,
college, of course, but college is different. I
he's
don't
got
care about what he did in
he's
college. He
got
was
good
great in
wide
college.
receivers too.
But
So
yeah, NFL, he's never really been. I wouldn't still say he's great, but he's impressive.
no,
Like
yeah,
he's
for
had
sure.
a lot of impressive games with the Bucks. I'm like, whoa, is this the same Baker Mayfield? Like it's
Yeah,
almost like he has a new career with the
yeah,
Bucks.
for sure. He's
I
getting
like
a
it.
little
Sleeper
revive.
team. The Bucks are a sleeper team. They
Yeah,
won't win the Super Bowl or anything, but they could
they're
squeeze
gonna
a
put
little
up some
playoff
wins
run
this
in.
year for sure. They're
Yeah.
gonna scare some teams with that offense. It's a high powered offense. But our other two-star that cashed with ease was Texans and Colts over 48.5. Uh, I think that game should have even went higher. Colts kind of got robbed on some plays where they had a couple picks, but that got overturned, and they had a couple picks that were in like if it was not overturned, it was in the red zone. Like they were right there. They were gonna score another one.
Set up the score, yeah.
Yeah. So that cash, that was like I think that was a 560 right there. So that's not bad at all. But free picks didn't really do the best. But I mean that's why they're free. They have a little
A
risk to
little
them.
more risk to them.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little more risk. But
The
it's
premium definitely have more reason and time behind them.
yeah.
It's not that we just toss out free picks without any reason now. Like every pick has a reason that we put out.
Mhm.
It's just of course we like the premium ones more.
Got burned
Just
on that
simple as
Monday
that.
night game though.
Yeah.
This is awful. Terrible Monday night.
Yeah, but like that back to so our last podcast number 2, we talked about it was Ravens Chiefs. We had the teaser of
+9.
Ravens +9
Yep. Uh
and then what
under 54.5.
yeah, 54.5. That's what it was. Under
Yeah,
54.5. That cashed.
easy.
-110, easy bucks. And then Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown, that cashed. Easy bucks. Went 2 for 2 there. Bang. And then Friday night's game, Packers versus who was it?
Eagles.
Yeah, Packers versus
Yep.
Eagles. We had Packers money line that lost, but then we had Jaden Reed over 3.5 receptions that cashed. Also, last week I told you Jaden Reed was the sleeper of the year. I'm sure you know who Jaden Reed is now. If you play fantasy at all, he's the number one wide receiver. I don't know. You may see it there, but I did tell you first. Jaden Reed, man. He's going to be the go-to guy in the Packers this year. Just telling you.
Do you want to stay on football and do tonight's picks?
Yeah,
Yeah. Dolphins and
yeah, definitely.
Bills.
Yeah, let's rip that.
Yeah. Who do you guys who do you like, Zach?
I get to start.
Yeah. Rip it away.
Wonderful. Love that. All right. So, our big pick tonight, I'm going with a Dolphins player prop in this one. And this is one that I really, really like just because looking at it, looking at where we're headed, it's going to be Jalen Waddle over 60 receiving yards. Why do we love it? Twice he's played the Bills, he's gone over 50 yards. Twice he's played the Bills again. It's 4 total games. He's gone over 100 yards twice. He's at home, divisional game. Tyreek Hill most likely is going to be double teamed. Who's that going to leave open? Your wide receiver two, Jalen Waddle. He's already seen a lot of targets. He averaged, I think, looking at it, through 5 games against the Bills, he averages almost 10 targets a game.
Yeah, wow. That's
So the ball's going to come his way. It's just a matter of how big of a gain it's going to be. But with the Dolphins having an air raid offense, they're going to be throwing a lot tomorrow. And if DeMar Hamlin is starting, the Bills are giving up 28. So put
Yeah.
it that
yeah.
No,
because
Zach, I
I
love.
that Bills
Okay,
secondary looked atrocious against Arizona, which is why I liked Arizona week one. They just didn't have the defense to keep it with the Bills. But I think that you're going to see a much tougher Miami team, and they're going to try and shut down the Bills tomorrow.
And
agreed.
yeah, that's where I'll take it right there. I'll take the Dolphins money line. That's just easy money right there. That Bills defense is not good. I don't see any positives coming out of there. I think the Dolphins are going to run them out. I mean, Bills offense has they got some good weapons, but Josh Allen can't really do everything by himself too. Kincaid's really gonna have to step up after only picking up one reception last week. I mean, Keon Coleman only had 58 yards or something like that, something low. Like
Yeah,
Josh
he was
Allen,
decently impressive, but
yeah, he needs to get them going a little bit more if they're gonna want to win this game. That's why I think Dolphins money line that offense, man, is just unstoppable. Like you just
yeah,
throw the ball up, just throw the ball up, and they're gonna be there. So give me that minus 130,
yep.
easy
I'm
money,
on.
three
I
star.
love Dolphins money line. Take that shit right to the bank, buddy.
Mhm.
Like cash that. And
Easy.
Zach, no, I love the Jalen Waddle over on reception yards as well. I was looking at that. That was one of my favorite props of the game. Um, but I chose James Cook anytime TD score plus 150. I'm not the biggest James Cook fan, but this game, it's just this is just for him. This he's scoring this game. He's probably going to get 20 plus touches again with it like between rushing and passing, which that's going to give him multiple opportunities to score. And I think he's going to at least put one in. Like James Cook, come on. They're going to be by the goal line again. How many times is Josh Allen really going to run it in? Eventually, they're going to hand it off to James Cook. He's going to get the touchdown. I think it's this game. Plus 150. Not bad odds right there, fellas. You can take that one to the bank as well.
Yeah, I definitely
Jalen
like.
Waddle over receiving yards, Dolphins money line, James Cook anytime TD score. Bang, bang, bang.
Might have to cook that up on a little same game parlay. Get crazy
You
with
might just have to.
it. Yeah. We'll move on to Sunday.
Yeah, we can talk about Sunday. I can keep going as well. So I have the Bucks versus Lions over 50 and a half minus 120. It's the highest over under of the week for a reason though. Like this game is going to be an absolute shootout, I believe. It's very offensively heavy with lots of weapons. Like you got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin, you got Amon Ra, you got Laporta, you got Gibbs, you got David Montgomery, you got Jameson Williams, who just looked like a monster last week. Like any dude can score at any point in this game. There's going to be a lot of touchdowns. Also, keep in mind, a lot of these players underperformed last week. So I'm not going to say they're due, but they're going to do a little something better this game, that's for sure. So I love the over under. Take the over right there, 50 and a half, minus 120, Bucks Lions. And
Love
then
that.
one more pick I have for Sunday. Cooper Cup, anytime TD score, minus 125. No Puka Nakua. He got 21 targets last week. That's just like insane. I mean, first the Cardinals too. He almost always just blows the top off the Cardinals. You can expect Cooper Cup to get in the end zone. Minus 125. That's a great line. It's gonna happen once again. Take it to the bank. Simple stuff, fellas. Don't be stupid. Take the free money.
Free, free. So, my play for Sunday, I only have one. It's going to be Steelers and Broncos under 38 and a half. You have to buy I think a point and a half for this, minus 150. Uh, Steelers defense is just a wall. I mean, you're not getting through that line. Yeah, you're just not getting through that line. And their secondaries are also very good with Fitzpatrick back there. Um, so under 30 and a half is great. Broncos offense is non-existent. I do not really like Bo Nix that much. He didn't really look that great against the Seahawks, who don't really have the greatest team in the world. Their offense isn't bad with Geno Smith and who's their running back? Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, just a dog. That guy's a dog.
Yeah,
He just runs through people. But Broncos and Steelers under 30 and a half, I think easy
I
money
love it.
by the point
Love it.
and a half. It's that's free. That's literally free
That
money.
game could be like 10-6
Yeah,
or like
like
13-6.
yeah, Steelers if they score a touchdown, like they may score a single touchdown. They didn't score a touchdown week one. I don't really see them like Fields is good. They're really gonna have to expose Broncos run defense if they're gonna like really blow them out. So I think the under's safe, very super, super safe. It's low for a
Yeah, I
reason to
like
start with
38.
too. So
Yeah, of course. They
yeah,
know those teams don't put up many points as is.
no, for sure. Zach, what do you got for
What do you
Sunday?
got over there?
Oh, I got two for you. I got the first one. We got Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown against the Raiders. Went up this Sunday. Couldn't get the odds on it, so when you guys go to make that play, you guys may have different odds. ESPN bet did not have it up yet, or I just missed it. Either one. But looking at last season, the Raiders' run defense wasn't great. They were on the field a lot, but they struggled. This past week against the Chargers, J.K. Dobbins ran on them for 130 yards. What are you going to see this week? They're going up against a middle linebacker at running back. So they're going to stack the box.
Mm,
With that being said,
love
Derrick Henry may not be very existent this week. So you're going to see a lot of passing. And when there's a lot of passing, what do you see? A lot of Lamar Jackson running. Did that all week last week against the Chiefs and ran for 110 yards, like right around there. And I think there's going to be a point where they're going to be down in the red zone a lot, and he's just going to sneak one in, right in for a touchdown.
We love that. Easy.
And
What's the
not
line
to go
again?
against Henry pick, but I think that they are going to just stack the box because the Raiders are going to be heavily out, like overwhelmed in this game. Because on all sides of the ball, the Ravens are just by far a better team, and they have to try and find a way to stop the Ravens somehow.
What were the odds on that?
For the Lamar anytime touchdown, I could not find it.
Can I find it? All right. We'll
That didn't
definitely
have it up.
we'll have that one posted up on our
Yeah.
Instagram. You'll have to see, turn our notifications on and it'll pop right up. Nice
Yeah,
and
at LocksOTD, every social media you can think of.
yep,
Pretty simple.
everything.
LocksOTD, locks of the day. Doesn't
Yep.
get better than that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I love the Lamar anytime touchdown. If I had to guess, it's probably like what, a plus 100, like an even
Yeah,
line.
I would say it's either
Yeah.
between plus 100 to plus 130, nothing more. He's
Yeah, it's
just
right around there,
yeah, just
somewhere
dude,
between
he was
there.
stomping the ground last week. Just
Yeah,
running.
it's Lamar. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to think twice about that.
No, never.
So now you want to rip into our tennis and MLB?
Yeah, yeah. You want to do tennis first? Or you want me to rip
Yeah,
him?
yeah, yeah. I'll rip some tennis.
Right, do it.
So for premium tennis for today, we have Tituan Druget money line minus 170 versus Hugo Grenier. Little French matchup there. Um, I think Druget is just the slightly better overall player here. He's also been locked down on his serve and smacking lots of aces against very solid opponents, such as Gabriel Diallo, who's a young Canadian who's a very good player right now on tour. One of the best young and upcoming players there is. Great server as well, and he served it outright with him. And then you got Richard Gasquet, who's another French guy, who's another great server, and he duked it out with him as well. And these are all just within the past like 2 weeks. So Drouget's feeling it right now. And Grenier's kind of a shaky player. Can't really trust him. I like the minus 170 value there as a 3-star. So I got Drouget money line. Drouget as in Droguet, like right there.
Wrench.
Then we got 3-star Greet Menon money line minus 180 versus Sonmez. I don't even really know who Sonmez is much. I did some research on her. That's why I love this pick. This is a WTA tour as well. But Greet Mignon is 2-0 against Sonmez head to head. And Sonmez has been playing terrible competition and still serving very poorly. So she's playing no names, and when she's winning matches, not all of them, but she's winning matches against people that just don't impress me. Like if you win matches against bad people, that means nothing. You should. Mignon always plays great competition and is a great server. So complete opposite. And Mignon should realistically just overpower and dominate this match. And there's a chance she just absolutely smacks. Like she could win 6-3, 6-1. And money line minus 180, that's great value. And then so we also go into the 2-stars. I got Federico Correa money line minus 170 versus Arnaboldi. This is like probably the riskiest pick of the premium. Correa is the better overall player here. In this tight matchup though. Correa has been playing a little iffy, but I believe he's getting back in form here. And Arnaboldi's been playing and serving very well. I just feel like Correa is going to hold him off, as he should, in a tight match though. So that's why I just like money line, not spread. Federico Correa money line minus 170. Lock that in. And then top off the premium plays here, the last 2-star is Elise Mertens minus 3.5, which is also minus 170 versus Eva Liss. This is on WTA Tour as well. Liss is actually a sleeper player, one of my favorites as well. And then she's just not up to Mertens standards though. Like she can beat anyone any day. Mertens is a player that literally her talent is probably top 10, 15, which Liss is top 50 at her best. So that alone right there just makes me love Mertens. Her serve is top tier. And Liss has been playing pretty well as well, but I just don't think she can keep up with Mertens. So minus 3.5, minus 170. I love it. There you go for the premium tennis slate. A little sweep action incoming.
How are you? All right, so moving on to MLB. We're gonna start off with the 2-stars and then work our way up. We got 2+ money plays for you here. We're gonna start with the Red Sox going into New York, a little rivalry game. We're gonna take the Red Sox plus 140. Cortez is pitching for the Yankees, left-handed pitcher. Red Sox beat him up pretty well sometimes. At least this season they have. I don't know about last season, but that doesn't matter. So, Cooper Criswell though for the Red Sox, he sometimes can be a little shaky, but against the Yankees this year, he's pitched twice. His first game, he only let up 2 runs, nothing crazy. But his second game, he got pulled early in the second inning because he got hurt. But that was, I think, back in May. So nothing to worry about there. Red Sox kill lefties, though. They have like 4 hitters that hit over 300 right now, including Tyler O'Neill. I wouldn't hate a little sprinkle on him to maybe hit a home run that night. So, take them, 2 units on them, easy money, get a little return. If you're betting, say, if you're betting $10 on them, you get a little 28 back. Not bad. Not bad. Including your 10, you'll get 38 back. So that's amazing. And then going on to the 3-star, going with the Giants money line, another plus. That's a plus 110 though. A little bit shorter on the odds, but Hayden Birdsong, yeah, that's his name. He's been pretty good this year. Had a rough month last in August. Pitched one time in September. Pitched very well. Only let up 2 runs. against a very hot Diamondbacks team who they swing the bat insane. They could go on another playoff run this year, I think. But the Giants plus 110 playing the Brewers with Frankie Montas on the mound. I don't trust Frankie Montas at all. He's let up 3 runs in his last 6 out of 7 games. So I, I don't I don't trust that. I think the Giants can they can tear him apart easily.
The main thing I think that I like the most with that Giants pick is just with Frankie Montas is that he's been very inconsistent against the National League this year. Pretty much because he's come from a couple American League teams against the National League. He hasn't been very good. His ERA is pretty much at where it is right now. It's about close to a 5. So if he's at a 5 ERA against the National League, he's playing in a big ballpark. He's playing against a Giants team that's been decent with hitting. They struggled a little bit last night, but depending on what happens tonight, you might see the Giants really get the bats going tomorrow. And most likely we'll get that win, which we hope if the Brewers win tonight, Giants should be locked in to win tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of too. They need to split that series up. It'll be good. It'll benefit the Giants heavily. But I think that should wrap it up for everything. I think it's all
Yeah, you
set.
boys got anything left?
I think we're good here. I think we're all
You're
set.
good, Zach?
yeah,
You got
that
some?
wasn't good enough. But I did have one more NFL play.
Oh, you got a
Talk
little
about the
sneaker in
show
there? What do you
more.
got?
Had what everybody loves, a great teaser.
Oh, for
So I'm
sure.
sneaking it in. Gonna make it go real quick. It's plus 140. It's not bad. You put a little bit on it. See what happens. We're starting it with Steelers plus 4.5. I mean, these guys went over why the Steelers are a much better team than the Broncos. And if the Broncos somehow do pull off the upset, it's probably gonna be like 15 to 12 at max. It's not gonna be very high. You're probably gonna see an under of 30 points. So if anything, the Steelers at 4.5 is just great value, and it's just a good, really good line. And then we'll go with the Chargers plus 1 against the Panthers, just because that Panthers team was abysmal against the Saints. Really
They're
bad.
terrible.
That Chargers defense looks a lot better with Harbaugh. And on top of that, too, offensively, they also just look a lot better as well. And the last one is going to be Commanders plus 5.5 against the Giants at home. Commanders weren't great week 1. However, the Giants struggled immensely and they clearly couldn't move the ball down the field against the Vikings. So what you're going to see NFC East, sorry, we're still on baseball. NFC East game here is you're going to see probably a tight game, rivalry game. It's probably going to be a 3-4 point game, whether or not the Giants win or Commanders lose or Commanders win. 5.5 points is a lot.
Yeah.
So if anything, I think the Giants, if they do get a win, sneak one out. So I think that right there, Chargers plus 1, Steelers plus 4.5, Commanders plus 5.5. You can take it, walk it right to the bank.
I
Sure.
love
Absolutely.
it.
Walk it right to the
Mhm.
bank. Cash
You
that
heard it
Send
right
them.
ticket.
there from Zach.
Yep.
Don't even have to tell you twice.
That's
That's how we
amazing.
end it right there.
I love it. But yeah, that wraps up podcast number 3. So thank you again for tuning in. And we will be back next Thursday with podcast number 4. So we'll see you. LocksOTD out.
Peace.